Boy, okay. Um, Atlanta wins. The Falcons beat the Chicago Bears 27-24, and I am looking really foolish right now. I'm gonna give you my reasons why. And I gotta give kudos to the Atlanta Falcons and everything that they done today. It actually was not a bad game plan. And yeah, they get the win. They move to 5-6. They're still in the running of the division. And it's a pretty good feeling, really. If this is your first time here, welcome. This is the First and Frame Race channel. I am Via Baller. I normally talk about, Georgia Southern Atlanta Falcons football. Just got back from the Georgia Southern football game where we lost. Home now, talking about the Falcons right now. Watched the back end of this game when I was watching it, well, listening to it on the radio. Then I watched the last 30, I guess the last 30 minutes, a little bit after halftime. And the Falcons did look pretty decent, I will say. Marcus Mariota, once again, with the stat line I don't like, 13 to 20 for 131, one touchdown. I don't like that stat line, but I'm looking foolish right now. I cannot talk about that too much because they won. And they won in a pretty decent fashion. I mean, it was not a bad game overall. There was a lot of back and forth. The Falcons took control when needed to be. They got the defense to play ball when it needed to be. I would like to see more of quarterback play I would like to see the quarterback play be a little bit more dynamic. But when you're looking at what happened here, it's not much you really could it's not much you could really could say. I'm really impressed with what happened here. I'm not gonna lie. Even with Marcus Mariota running for another, let me see, let me cut that off. Where Marcus Mariota is actually running for another 25 yards, and he had a rushing touchdown. Matter of fact, he had the only rushing touchdown in the game. So I don't like the stat line as far as passing, but it was productive enough. He didn't turn the ball over, and they won the game. They actually held Justin Fields down in the passing game as well. Didn't do too good passing. He actually threw a pick. The pick, like I was saying before, when you talk about the Cleveland game, the Seattle game, once again it popped his head up where a defensive person actually stepped up and made a play to close the game out. That's the way, you can't coach stuff like that. That's just the way it is. And I'm thankful that that happened, and we need more of that, especially with this type of play. It's not, I'm not saying that it's bad play, but I don't think it's winning play to get you further into the postseason. And I think a lot of us know that. We know Marcus Mariota is mediocre to below mediocre, below average, and it's not going to make it happen. But I will say today, I can't really talk about it. I can't. It's really a situation where it worked. Kyle Pitts had 43 yards on 3 catches. I would like to see Drake London get more targets. He had 3 targets, but he only had 1 catch for 2 yards. And even though that 1 catch was a touchdown, I would like to see him get up into the 5, 8, and 10 target range. What is going on with that? Once again, it goes back to the quarterback play. But flip side again, I can't say nothing because they won. Defensively, we did pretty good. We had a few sacks this game. We had a handful of them. Ebikete had a sack. Adula Anderson had a sack. Grady Jarrett had a sack. We had a handful of tackles for loss. Ebikete had 2 tackles for loss. Isaiah Oliver, tackle for loss. Troy Anderson, tackle for loss. Lorenzo Carter, tackle for loss. D'Angelo Malone, tackle for loss. I mean, you got 9, I'm reading it, 9 tackles for loss. You cannot be mad at that. Defensively, they played on what more can you say about Cordell Patterson? Cordell Patterson, 10 carries for 52 yards. He ran a touchdown back on special teams. I mean, you can't really knock any of this. Overall, this was decent football. Yes, there's a lot of things that need to be cleaned up. Yes, this is not the type of football I want to see, but they won. What can you say? I mean, if you want to critique this, that's fine. And I mean, there's areas that you can critique, but it is what it is. I wish Tyler Algier had some more carries. Great run at the end of the game. But he had, most of that was off the 55 yards that he had. The longest was 26. So half of his yards was off that run. I want to see more Tyler Algier as well. And this is a very I've come to realize that Arthur Smith is playing very conservative on offense. He's playing very conservative, and he want to be a bit more aggressive on defense. And I would say for the most part, it's done okay. outside of the mishaps of Marcus Mariota turning the ball over in certain games earlier this year, or just having bad play, like I go back the Saints games, the Rams game. There's a couple other games. The Carolina game when we played in Charlotte. Those are possibly like 3 losses that should not be ours. This team is a fairly decent team, and I will say this again. I still think, even with our quarterback woes, I still believe that we are the best team in the NFC South. I know Tom Brady and them is there. I get it. They may be getting on a hot streak, and you cannot bet against Tom Brady. But when you look at both teams, I thoroughly believe that we're the best team in the NFC South. I will continue to stand on that, and I know I'm a little bit biased because of what I'm wearing, but that's how I feel. I think the Falcons could continue to be successful with this, but I don't bank on it in later on in the season. Postseason, definitely. It is a winning formula. It's been shown 5 times that it could be, and to be honest with you, it's been shown almost 8 times this season. Right now, we are 11 games in. It's been shown at least 8 times this season that it is a winning formula. But mishap here, mishap there. Now we're looking at ourselves being at 5-6, where we possibly could have been 8-3. I mean, that's just the way it is, in my opinion. I don't know what to take from this game overall, but the only thing I can say is they shut my mouth for this week. They really did. They shut me up. I can't say much. As much as I just made a live stream saying Mariota should get benched, and they turn around and do this. I made the case with Mariota to get benched after the Carolina game, and they turn around and do this. I'm not a Mariota fan. I'm not really, waving the pom-poms for him. But right now, based on what happened in this game, he made plays. Right now, he did what was needed to be done to win this game. I don't like it. I don't like the stat line. I don't like the way he went about it. But what can you say? We got a W. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Defensively, the defense did pretty good. They got after the quarterback. They got an interception, a couple of pass breakups. I can't remember. I need to look. I don't know how much of the penalties that we had, but it didn't seem like it was many penalties that really hurt us in the long run. I think that one penalty that put them down at the 2-yard line and David Montgomery ran in for the touchdown, I think that was the only one that really stands out. But overall, the defense played okay, and I'm okay with the way the defense played. I'm okay. If they play like this all the time, I think they'll be fine, but you just can't give up 24 points. I think the 20-17, like how we've been doing throughout the season, I think that's where we pretty much would get by. 24 is a little bit too much. If you look at the last few games, outside of the wonky game and the Panthers game and the Bengals game, which was definitely a loss, the rest of these games, around that area, 2024, we've been successful. And I think that's where we need to continue to be to give us the best chance to win. All in all, I can't say much. They did pretty good. It wasn't the best, but they did pretty good. And I will say this, kudos to the Falcons. Kudos to Marcus Mariota. I'm still not on board with it. I don't like how things have been going overall with his play. But today I can't say nothing. I cannot say anything. Before I get out of here, this channel has been sponsored, and that's my other affiliate, BetUS. Go to BetUS, click the link down in the description if you want to. Click that link, and you'll have 125% sportsbook bonus just by putting in $100. That'll be all yours. I'm going to get out of here. My son, he's here once again. He's telling me it's time to go. He wants to get up here. You want to tell everybody hello?
Hello.
Did you have fun at the football game yesterday?
Yeah.
You got to see the Eagle?
Yeah, Eagle, fight, fight, fight.
That's right, Georgia. Eagle, fight. He had fun at the Georgia Southern game as well. We're going to get out of here, and we'll see you guys on the next one. All right, y'all. Y'all take it easy. Y'all be blessed.
Bye-bye.
Peace.
Bye. What? There, don't. Philly.